You know, if it wasn't your show, Sean, they would destroy him absolutely. You're the difference between Donald J. Trump and Richard Nixon.
So that's a great analogy by Geraldo there. We're gonna, in a little bit, I'll show you what Hannity thought of that analogy being made. But he's right. Trump has Fox News to defend him. And when you have Fox News and the millions of people that watch them every day, you can accomplish amazing nonsensical things in terms of what people believe about reality. So this is a warning to you. I'm about to reveal a fact that will make you dumber just having known that it's true. So feel free to click away. But if not, if you've girded yourself for this, just 4 in 10 Republicans say they think President Trump discussed an investigation into Democratic presidential rival Joe Biden during a phone call with Ukraine's president, despite Trump acknowledging having done so. So even though Trump put out the transcript, has said that he did this, not even a majority of Republicans think that it happened. He said it. Your guy said it, the guy you worship. It's there, you can read it, you can listen to it, whatever format you want. Maybe I'm sure it's available in Braille. It's available in every format. 40% think that it happened, even though everyone agrees that it happened.
This is what Trump's talking about when he talks about winning. Tired of winning yet? It's only winning with the clueless people. So anytime you push people to the point where you don't even have to even tell the blatant empty lies, they just believe them even after you say the opposite. As long as it progresses you, you can even say, yeah, totally did it. I totally did it, but who cares? They'll be like, he didn't actually do it because I don't care. Because if I actually consume the fact that he did it, I have to care.
Yeah.
I don't want to care. So let's just say he didn't do what he just said he did, and then it's backed up by not the transcript, but the call memo that came out, by the way.
One of my many flaws is that I still cling to the idea that belief means that you've acknowledged the truth of a thing, when really it just means, I like that thought. I like it. I don't care if it's real. I like it. Here's the thing. What I just read to you is not actually as bad as it gets. That 40%, you might think, well, at least 40% right, but I can't even say that those 40% accept reality, because let's dig a little bit deeper. The survey found that 40% of Republican respondents said Trump, quote, probably did raise the idea of an investigation. Meanwhile, 29% of Republicans said Trump probably did not. So that 40%, that's not even he definitely did. That's maybe he did, even though he did. I say he did, JR said he did, Trump says he did, the memo, transcript, whatever you want to call it, says that he did, probably did. So that compares to 85% of Democrats, so even 15% of Democrats, not quite sure. 61% of independents, so you got a majority. So overall, 62% of the American public, when polled, acknowledge the literal truth that should have been shoved into their head by now.
How is it?
But again, it's been obscured.
If it was 92%, I'd be disappointed. They don't get what was directly said. I don't know how you miss it. Well, I know how.
You know how. You want to see how? So we got a little bit. So let's go to the full Giuliani analogy that we started with earlier.
You know, if it wasn't your show, Sean, they would destroy him absolutely. You're the difference between Donald J. Trump and Richard Nixon. In Nixon's case, if he had someone that stuck up for him, he wouldn't have been, motivated to cover up that burglary. He would have let the perpetrators
Geraldo,
get their just desserts.
I don't necessarily agree with your analysis, but I will tell you, they lie.
He's like, well, no, don't say that he's Nixon. Don't say that he's Nixon, but with the defense. So Geraldo there, who's like defending the president, is like, oh yeah, no, he's one of the worst criminals ever, but he's got you, so that's something.
He's like, hey Hannity, you know what? You're the Joseph Goebbels of 2019.
Yeah.
I mean, your propaganda machine every night on Fox News helps this president skirt the law every day.
Yeah.
Good job, Joseph.
Yeah, the empire, it was really bad for them when the rebels found out about the destruction of Alderaan, but you're basically like a cover-up of blowing up a planet, Hannity. So that's what they have.
They missed that history. Nixon was a bad guy.
Exactly, and the whole thing is that this is incredibly simple, but they have to pretend that it's not. And sometimes they will just literally state what I just said, as you'll see.
As we're about to discover and go over some of the sensationalistic headlines from yesterday, there's almost no there there. There's a big headline that'll get your attention. Then you look at the story, it's easily explained.
I think it gets too much in the weeds. I think first they're going after the president with impeachment. Then they're going after Rudy Giuliani. Now it's Bill Barr. And America's saying, what? How are they all connected? Connect the dots for us. What are you talking about? It's just so much information.
So it's not. It's super simple. He tried to get the Ukrainians to do an investigation of his political rivals so that he would then sell the military arms. That's the whole thing. It's not Trump and then Giuliani and then Barr. He had some people working with him on it. That's as simple as it is. But no, there's too much information. I can't hold all these facts.
There's just 3 names you threw at me. Giuliani, Barr, Pompeo. How do I keep up? Now Trump. It's not like they all work together or anything.
And here's the thing, let's say it is complicated, okay? I will give Ainsley Earhart that, even though it's not true. She's sitting there like, man, the American people are screaming out for the dots to be connected. I don't know who would do that. Okay, let's turn to the new pancake flavors. You're a journalist, supposedly. That's your job. You could have spent the minute you just used saying that to put the dots together. You don't have to say that he committed a crime. You don't have to say that you now support impeachment, but you could describe the story. You guys are on for literally hours every single morning. You've got the time.
Well, as also Kilmeade said, those headlines, man, it calls out to what most people do. Read that headline, move on. Read the headline, and I'll tell you what to think of it, then move on.
Yeah.
They're too stupid to read everything else, so just read that headline. And the headline is so confusing. People don't want to see those headlines. How about you analyze it a little bit?
Exactly.
And give people something to read.
At least a little bit. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.